The story begins with a single, glaringly empty spot on the red carpet. No matter how dazzling the lights were or how loud the cameras clicked, one detail overshadowed everything. Blake Lively was alone. No Ryan Reynolds, no playful banter, just a smile that looked ready to crack at any second. Was this just a scheduling conflict, or was there something far more unsettling unfolding beneath the surface? It's a question that's ignited every major outlet. Did Ryan Reynolds ditch Blake Lively to protect his own reputation? The more you dig, the more secrets begin to emerge, and they point to a far more complicated reality than a mere no-show. Strap in, because once you see how deep this goes, you might never look at Hollywood's golden couple the same way again. At first, people tried to brush off Ryan's absence. He's probably filming, or they're just taking turns on the spotlight, some fans insisted, but insiders whispered a different story. Over the past few months, Blake Lively's legal challenges have exploded into a front-page fiasco, dragging her, Ryan, and anyone else in arm's reach straight into the line of fire. It's not just a small rumor here or there, it's a full-blown meltdown. Between allegations about her behavior on set, mysterious countersuits, and the open scorn from fans who once adored her, Blake isn't looking like the unblemished Hollywood sweetheart people thought she was. And Ryan, he might be playing his cards close to the vest, but many believe he's trying to outrun the avalanche before it buries him too. But that's only scratching the surface. When it comes to Hollywood controversies, few stories match the swirling chaos of Blake Lively's legal entanglement with actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni. Rumors suggest that Blake initiated a mind-boggling lawsuit, accusing Justin of behavior she called unprofessional and more. But the bombshell that really set fans off was Justin's massive countersuit, hundreds of millions of dollars at stake, painting Blake as the aggressor, not the victim. Suddenly, the entire narrative flipped. Talk of a possible fake voicemail or AI-edited evidence to make Justin look guilty spread like wildfire. People started questioning every press release, every public statement, every teary-eyed interview. And guess whose name inevitably got dragged into the mud right alongside her? Ryan Reynolds. Because in Hollywood, a spouse's scandal can taint you just as fast. For Ryan, one of the most bankable, likable faces in the industry, this was the stuff of nightmares. He spent years cultivating an image of the easygoing funny man with a golden comedic touch, a stack of endorsements, and a beloved superhero role that prints money at the box office. The last thing he needs is a humiliating fiasco overshadowing his upcoming projects. But the SNL disaster was about to make things even worse.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Back in February, Blake and Ryan both walked onto the famed Studio 8H stage, hoping to dazzle the live audience. Instead, they got a lukewarm mix of forced applause, awkward tension, and even scattered boos. The big question, why on earth were some fans turning on them? The couple was once revered as relationship goals, but now it seemed the crowd wasn't in the mood for illusions. Those in the know say it had everything to do with Blake's recent accusations against Justin Baldoni and the countersuit that threatened to spin the couple's brand into a swirl of negative press. Public sentiment had shifted. People doubted the validity of Blake's claims. They questioned her motives. They saw Ryan's half-hearted jokes and read them as discomfort rather than comedic flair. Suddenly, that sweet comedic synergy the duo once shared came off hollow. According to insiders, Blake expected Ryan to stand behind her, no questions asked. She wanted him to radiate unwavering support and protect her from the growing skepticism. But the SNL fiasco made it glaringly obvious that Ryan's comedic charm wasn't enough to shield Blake from a wave of suspicion. And as the tension grew, those close to the couple claim cracks were beginning to show in their united front. But even that was a mere taste of the drama that would soon unfold. When Blake arrived at the Another Simple Favor premiere without Ryan, the gossip columns practically lit themselves on fire. After all, it's standard in Hollywood for couples, even the busiest ones, to support each other at major events. Could Ryan's empty spot be purely a scheduling clash? Unlikely if you believe industry chatter. Some say Ryan's team warned him that being photographed alongside Blake could reflect poorly on him, especially while her massive lawsuit was becoming a sensation for all the wrong reasons. Others argue that Blake insisted on going alone, hoping to project an image of strength and independence, even if it actually highlighted Ryan's absence 10 times more. Cameras flashed, reporters shouted questions, and Blake posed in her glamorous attire. But the more she smiled, the clearer it became that this moment was overshadowed by one question. Where was Ryan? The so-called perfect couple facade had shattered, leaving a very apparent gap that no amount of haute couture clothing could disguise. But that wasn't all. Behind the scenes, an even bigger power play was rumored to be in motion. One of the most jaw-dropping whispers has been about Blake allegedly corralling big Hollywood names, like Taylor Swift, in a strategic effort to corner Justin Baldoni into submission. Reports claim that she once invited Justin to discuss script changes, only for him to walk into a room where Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds were waiting. A calculated ambush if you believe the stories, but something unexpected happened. Ryan reportedly saw this ambush for what it was, a manipulative tactic. Instead of jumping on board, he stepped back. He realized that if he continued to stand by Blake's side amid her quest for control, he might jeopardize his entire empire, from his brand deals to his comedic golden boy aura. Suddenly, this well-orchestrated plan turned into an explosion of tensions. As soon as word got around that Ryan refused to play Blake's game, people began to suspect that Taylor Swift, too, wanted no part of this. Her public distance from Blake was noticeable. No cutesy Instagram moments or dinner dates. Within weeks, rumors of brand deals going sour for Blake hit the rumor mill, from top-tier beauty endorsements to high-fashion collaborations, all re-evaluating their partnerships with her. And that's not even the worst of it. In a story that sounds torn from the pages of a Hollywood spy thriller, there's talk that someone on Blake's side tried to produce a voicemail of Justin Baldoni apologizing for misconduct. Except, experts started analyzing the audio, and it seemed spliced together. Strange changes in tone, weird digital artifacts, mismatched metadata. Tech-savvy fans and even a few audio pros labeled it a possible AI deep fake. If true, that alone could tip this entire saga into a criminal realm. Evidence tampering is no joke, and if someone in Blake's camp orchestrated it, that fiasco could bury any shred of credibility she has left, not to mention tarnish Ryan's reputation as well, if people think he was involved. According to rumors, Ryan was horrified when he heard about this voicemail's questionable origins. After all, if the public decided he was complicit in manufacturing evidence, his comedic empire would crumble faster than a box office flop. Any illusions that Blake and Ryan are the unstoppable power duo seem to be cracking under the magnitude of these controversies, and the blowback isn't limited to them. It's shaking Hollywood itself. But was this the final straw for Ryan Reynolds, or just the beginning of a much larger divide? For years, Blake Lively was the living embodiment of sophistication. Red carpet darling, beloved fashion muse, and the approachable star who seemed above petty Hollywood drama. Now, all of that is hanging by a thread. Industry insiders claim that major studios, once eager to cast her in rom-coms or prestige dramas, are stepping back. The last thing they need is an on-set meltdown or the risk of a co-star being dragged into another lawsuit. Even if none of these rumors pan out in court, the perception of trouble can be enough to kill offers in a heartbeat. And ironically, Justin Baldoni, once overshadowed in big Hollywood circles, is gaining sympathy and renewed opportunities. By sticking to his guns and countersuing, he has carved out an image as someone wrongly accused, someone who refused to be intimidated by A-list star power. Directors who once hesitated to work with him are showing renewed interest, drawn by the buzz of a redemption arc that is, in many eyes, more compelling and authentic than Blake's meltdown. Then there's Ryan, squarely in the middle. On the one hand, Blake is his wife and mother to their children. On the other, protecting his brand may be paramount if he wants to keep thriving as the lovable Hollywood star. Some say he's already made up his mind to quietly back away from every explosive aspect of Blake's life, focusing on his own thriving ventures, from sports teams to film franchises, before the damage spirals out of control. But that leads to the biggest question of all: where does this leave Blake and Ryan as a couple? Relationships in Hollywood tend to buckle under the simplest of controversies, much less a volcanic scandal that seems to grow more destructive by the day. Insiders hint that Ryan and Blake's paths are diverging fast. The hush-hush chatter is that Ryan has started gently separating his name from hers in business proposals, brand endorsements, and public events. Meanwhile, Blake appears to be caught in a freefall, scrambling to cling to her A-list status while entire sections of Hollywood media distance themselves. She can't afford for Ryan to vanish from her side completely, because, let's face it, that perfect marriage image still counts for something in the eyes of some fans and sponsors. But she might not have a choice if Ryan sees the writing on the wall and leaves the sinking ship before it pulls him under too. And if that happens, it could turn into one of the ugliest public splits Tinseltown has ever seen. In a twist nobody saw coming, the biggest clue about the state of Blake Lively's and Ryan Reynolds' marriage might be what happened, or didn't happen, on that Another Simple Favor red carpet. His glaring absence raised red flags and awakened the rumor mill to a series of events that reads more like a blockbuster script than real life. Whether this is a calculated move by Ryan to save his own brand or a sign of deeper fractures is still up for debate. Maybe he's just busy, maybe they're fine, or maybe the swirl of controversies is too big for a single couple to withstand, no matter how glossy the tabloids once made them appear. For now, we're left with more questions than answers. Will Blake's career recover from the lawsuits and the tarnished reputation? Can Ryan navigate these controversies without sinking into the storm? Is their relationship strong enough to survive the fallout? Or are we witnessing the collapse of Hollywood's golden pair? One thing is certain, the drama swirling around these two isn't going away quietly. If anything, it's just heating up. And if the rumors hold any truth, Ryan Reynolds might have recognized the danger long before anyone else. So, did he ditch Blake at the premiere out of disloyalty? Or was it the only way to keep his own name from going up in flames? We might never get an official statement. Hollywood loves its secrets. But the silent gap on that red carpet spoke volumes. One red carpet absence might seem small, but it could mark the start of a much larger reckoning, both for Blake Lively and the man once known as her biggest champion. In the end, the question still lingers. When someone's reputation is on the line, how far will they go to save themselves?